Hello, dear friends and colleagues. Hello to everybody to celebrate the World Hearing Day 2024 with us. And you know, it has a challenging topic, how to change mindsets. Why do we want to change mindsets? Because there is we have achieved a lot in ear and hearing care, but not enough. If you look at the figures, the prevalence of hearing loss is still rising and nearly linearly because aging world population, but also other issues such as recreational noise and other issues are responsible for being not that successful, but also we ourselves as professionals have to do more and have to be more aware of national, cultural specifics, and we have to gain external partners out of our community of professionals and to raise awareness in the whole public for ear and hearing care. And our session now is devoted to this issue. Therefore, we want to talk in interviews about several perspectives coming from very different countries such as Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, and Kazakhstan. And I'm glad to moderate the interviews. And we start with Dele Owolawi from Nigeria. Dear Dele, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Katrin. My name is Dele Owolawi, and I am a faculty member and the head of the Department of Audiology and Speech Language Therapy, University of Medical Sciences in Ondo City of Nigeria.
Great. And you are also a member of our audiology committee of the ILP. Very great that we have you.
Yes, thank you.
Let me ask my first question. What do you think? I know a lot from Bola Olusanya. What are misperceptions, public misperceptions in the society, but also maybe under professionals, and stigmatizing ways of thinking about hearing and hearing loss in Nigeria or in your region?
Yeah, thank you very much. That's a very interesting question. Audiology in Nigeria, I would say, is at its infancy level now. Hitherto, people were not really caring regarding hearing and hearing problems. People associated it with being old or aged, particularly with respect to amplification, hearing aids. People shy away from wanting to have hearing aids because it's been stigmatized. It's associated with, oh, it's an old folk, it's an old man or a woman, you know. And before now, we also did not have anything called hearing screening programs as such. No neonatal hearing screening program, no proper education of medical people regarding the role of audiology in ear and hearing healthcare. So everybody is just in the dark, groping in the dark. But with people like Bola Olusoya, my humble self, Akim Lasisi, some audiologists and ENTs and physicians are coming together as a group to sensitize the people and create an awareness about the care for hearing problems in the country. WHO has actually given us a figure or statistic of 8.5 million Nigerians having a disabling hearing loss. And this was what actually informed my university to take the bull by the horn to establish a program of audiology, which I would say is the first audiology program in a medical health specialized institution. And I am one of the drivers of that. And we've been able to scale through National University Commission verification exercise. And we've also admitted students for the program, the first ever student to study audiology in a medical institution in Nigeria. We also have a series of programs that we've been doing all along to create this awareness. We have what is called Hearing for Learning program, Hearing for Learning program, because we identify that there are quite a number of school children who have impacted wax in their ears as a cerebral impaction. Some have foreign bodies stuck into the ear canal. Some have unilateral hearing loss, which has not been identified by teachers or by parents. So we embark on lecture on hearing health for school children, secondary school children, primary school children. And on top of it, we also do hearing screening for them to be able to identify those who will require further audiological treatment. So that's what we've been doing. We've been partnering with even state governments. We partner with Lagos state government. There's a program known as Noiseless Lagos. Lagos was termed to be one of the noisiest cities in the world in the past. But with the setting up of Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, and they have also partnered with us in respect of coming to give lectures to religious bodies. They propagate a lot of noise, music centers, and so on and so forth, transporters who just honk their own unnecessarily. So we've been able to reach out to these categories of people, telling them about the harmful effect of noise, excessive noise. It affects cardiovascular system, the auditory system, how it engenders insomnia, and so on and so forth, stress and so on. So by this opportunity of Lagos State government, we are able to reach out to people and we are able to create that awareness. We do lectures, we give lectures, we also screen people free of charge at no cost whatsoever. And I think this has gone down well. I would say definitely Lagos is a more sane city now regarding this noiseless Lagos policy, which has been on for quite a while. So we also, in the university, for the first time, I think a university conceived the idea, and I give that credit to my vice chancellor, who is very supportive, that we should henceforth screen the hearing of all fresh students to the university. So we have an audiometer, we have an audiologist, and we do screen not only students, but also staff members. So it's in a way reaching out to the heart of the people. And I think we will get there with regards to hear and hearing healthcare in Nigeria. Thank you. That's what I can say for now.
This is a lot, and it is a big change since I collected newborn hearing screening data from Nigeria. And I remember that there were several studies. One was also performed by Akim Olasisi.
Olasisi, yes.
There was some sponsoring for studies, and then the sponsoring was over. The study was finished and the screening disappeared again. So no sustainability of the programs. And often there was the own responsibility lacking for our society is responsible for keep ear and hearing of our people healthy. And what you told now is a big step forward, a really big step forward.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
with respect, and it is a change of mindset to take over the
Yeah.
own responsibility. But another question, I remember that Bola Olusanya told in WHO about rural areas where hearing loss is still established, still a big stigma to the people. So that, for example, children who were deaf were hidden in the family in another room. The family was afraid that a girl who was deaf will not get a husband, and if other people learn that there's a deaf person in the family, then they think about a bad ghost, and also the other members or girls of the family will not be married and not find a husband. And it was so strange to hear that. And
Yeah.
yeah, could you say
Yeah.
something about change mindsets
Yes.
with respect to this stigma?
Yes. Thank you very much, Katrin. Yes, it's a fact that most people do not want to come out when they have a disabled child or a child with a hearing problem because of the stigma. And we are working in tandem with the local communities. We do radio talks from time to time, and we also try as much as possible to translate some of the flyers, which are in English, into local languages. We have 3 solid languages in Nigeria, principal languages: Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. So we try as much as possible to reach out to the rural people and to let them be aware that it's nothing to be hidden. It's something that has got a solution. And of course, we also make them realize that 70% of the cause of hearing problem is preventable, and if they have such a problem, they should, yes, we have paucity of staff, of professionals in the country. I would say perhaps maybe we have only 10 audiologists, Western trained audiologists in Nigeria. So that's a big, handicap to us. But with the program that is coming up in the universities, well, for example, in my university here, there's a course on ear camp or ear camping or whatever it is, to make students do some of their practicals in the rural areas, to go there and do some screening, formal and informal. We know there's no electricity and so on. So we have some devices that are battery powered. So it's part of the course that they have to do rural posting to examine children who have hearing problem, who could not come to the city, the urban area. So we're putting all these things in place. And I'm also happy that Lasisi also has an audiology program. In Nigeria now, we have 2 universities, health medical institutions that are training audiologists. So in a course of time, I believe strongly that the country will be populated with well-qualified, well-grounded, and very knowledgeable audiologists who could actually do the leg work of some of this, of course, with our supervision and of course, our input as well. So that's what we are doing. We go on radio jingles, we talk on the radio. We also partner with Rotary organizations. Like, for example, in 2023, World Hearing Day, we had a program. We invited the media, we went on the radio, we went on the TV, and we had a road walk. So this road walk, I mean, impressed people because they never had anything about hearing care before. We had our T-shirt on, we had our cap on, and we went on the road walk. We were talking to people in the market, in various places. And of course, this made it possible for we had over 200 people in attendance. And I was so flabbergasted. I said, where are they from? You know. So, and at the end of the day, Rotary donated some hearing aids, about 100 pieces of hearing aids, and we were able to fit people free of charge. We took ear impression, we made ear molds, and we fitted them with hearing aids, and they went home very happy and contented. You know, so this is the way we try to go out to reach out to those who are not aware or who could not find their way into the urban areas. So I think we are trying to address that. Hopefully we will get there. Yes.
Great. How long do you have audiology as a university matter? How long do you teach audiology already in Nigeria, and who made the curriculum?
Yes, that's a very good question. Yes, the audiology program is 5 years. First 2 years, they've got to study anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, just like any other medical student or dental student or physiotherapy student. Then the remaining 3 years will be concentrated on audiology courses. And the curriculum was put together well. I did part of it, and I also solicited for input from members of the Nigerian Audiology Association. We are just about 6 in the country. Most of us were studied in the UK or in Canada or US. So they had an input, and we also had an input from people like Dr. James Hall III, and Jackie Clark. And they are also on our team as adjunct professors to actually teach some of these courses and so on. So we are good to go. I think we are good to go. Yes. Yeah.
This is great. Before I ask my last question, let me ask another question. I learned from Bola. She taught me that being deaf puts people, in particular in low-income countries with much stigma and so, in danger, in personal danger, even of being the subject of crime and even of murdering. I didn't believe. We published a paper together, and I said, okay, I want to see the evidence. And then she sent me several papers about it, that it really happens, that being deaf can make somebody a victim. This came from her, from Nigeria, and you told a lot about how you overcome such stigmata or such danger as well.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want to mention something about it?
Yes, I will say what actually motivated me to study audiology was this act of danger to hearing impaired children. There is a school in Lagos called Wesley School for the Hearing Challenge. And I was discussing with a patron of the school one day. Sorry for digressing. I was talking to one of the patrons, and he said, every blessed day, 1 or 2 kids got knocked down by a car in front of this school. And I said, so what's happening? So how do we stop that? he said, well, the children have no hearing aids. They have nothing, no professional, nobody is taking care of them, you know. And there and then I made up my mind. I said, look, I am going to be of service to these children. And that was actually what informed my going to study audiology. Yes, audiology before now is under a special education faculty, you know, but now we are trying to raise the bar, and it used to be a 4-year program, but now we are trying to raise the bar to make sure that they are well grounded, because it's a clinical course. They need to understand anatomy, physiology, pathophysiology, biochemistry, and what have you. It helps at the end of the day, you know, neurology and so on and so forth. You know, so this is very true regarding what Bola said. They are at risk of being molested. They are at risk of being kidnapped. If I mean, somebody who doesn't know what is happening. They are also at risk of being knocked down by reckless drivers, you know, on the road. So this is very, very, very true. And recently, I think the Rotary president of the last dispensation was able to donate quite a number of hearing aids. I was involved, directly involved. We went to this school and we were able to screen all the children, sorted out those who needed hearing aids, and the Rotary president in our grace offered to sponsor the provision of hearing aids for most of these children. I think we were able to donate about 50 hearing aids, something like that. Wow. And now they are happy. Some of them actually, for the first time, they could hear their name. They were excited. They were so very, very happy about it. And some of them could actually answer and talk, you know, within that period of time that they had a hearing. Some of them were, you know, postlingual hearing loss. So they had some measure of speech already. But with the aided hearing, they were able to say something better. Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah, great. So let me ask my last question. What does it mean personally to you, change mindset with respect to ear and hearing care? Only one short glimpse, one short association.
Yeah, I think changing mindset is very crucial in the sense that the mindset of stigma should be done away with in the first instance. Hearing aids have become more sophisticated. If you want it discreet, if you can afford it, it's there for you, there's no problem. And of course, I also try to make people understand that we wear a pair of glasses to aid our vision. So what is wrong with using a hearing aid to aid your hearing? I mean, which one is more appropriate? Is it to say pardon me 10 times rather than hearing instantly and reacting instantly? You know, well, I've never been to Germany before, but I'm sure you have walkway, pedestrian walkway, and what have you. You know, whereas in Nigeria, we tend to struggle with vehicles on the road, automobiles. We struggle with cars on the road. We struggle with motorbikes on the road. We need it the most. Hearing is very crucial. You need to be able to hear the honk of a car. You need to be able to perceive that a danger is behind, and you take action, quick action. You know, so we need to change our mindset. We need to realize that hearing or ear, like other organs, is as important, and we need to take good care of it. For example, we go on regular message of not inserting anything in your ears. People use quid or whatever it is, you know, putting it into the ear, wanting to clean the ear. The ear does not need to be clean. It's self-cleansing. You don't need it. So we regularly send out this message and make people to become aware that your organ, your auditory organ, is as important as your ears, as your nose, as your mouth, as your everything, you know. So I think gradually the awareness is dawning. People are beginning to be aware that, oh, okay, I shouldn't expose myself to excessive noise. I shouldn't expose myself to danger by putting things, instruments and objects into my ear canal. You know, people are beginning to realize this. And we do radio interview from time to time to press on this information. And I think it will go down well. It's already going down well, and I'm sure it will go further down well. And of course, people will begin to have a change of mindset. And let me say happy World Hearing Day once again. It's nice talking to you, Katrin. Thank you very much.
Nice for me as well. Thank you so much, Dele.